Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Beading Dreams tutorial stream. I'm Allison from Beading Dreams in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to each and every one of you. This is the second week of our 2 weeks of Halloween, and this is our project for tonight, the Anne Boleyn necklace, and hopefully me wearing it will show you why. I have called it the Anne Boleyn. No, that's the wrong window. The Anne Boleyn necklace.
You're the wrong window.
Well, I probably am. I don't think I'm ever the right window. So, I mean, that's true. But specifically, the window that I clicked and moved so I could see how I looked in this necklace was the incorrect window. That's the one I wanted. So yes. Okay. So I have a funny story to tell before I start the tutorial. It's a really easy tutorial, so we should still be done by 7 or just a little bit after. But so my mother does she's taken over since she's come to Dallas. She's taken over our crafting the emails that we send out every Monday, and then also that we send out for Hi Pearl! It's a Halloween tutorial.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. Yay! We have Raiders. And you're writing at the beginning of the tutorial.
Whoa!
Because my ass was so freaking late. You're amazing. Hello. So Pearl, okay, so I'm telling a funny story about my mother and the fact that she's spectacularly unaware of everything. But what were you all doing on your stream, Pearl? I'm interested to know. So I'm going to continue with my story though. So anyone who's been on the stream for a decent amount of time knows that my mother and I have a rocky relationship at best. Like, there are a lot of issues there, and per my therapist, I'm comfortable with saying that there are a lot more issues on her side than on my side. Oh, yes, your playable Tetris dress. I'm interested in, like, the consent level of the Tetris dress. Like, have you worn it in public? Do you get just random dude bros that just want to, like, feel you up because you have a playable Tetris dress? Like, I feel like this is something that is warranting discussion. Also, by the way, y'all, I have Halloween nails. Yes, here's hoping they actually last till Saturday, but they're burgundy ombre. I'm super excited. But anyway, so my mother, my problematic mother, who most of you know way more about than you probably ever wanted to know about a streamer's mother. But so my mother is literally the reason that I'm in therapy, and I love therapy. Therapy's amazing, and I'm so lucky that I got into therapy when I did. Because it's helped me so much with dealing with all of this crap with my mother, moving here to Dallas where I live, and the whole shitstorm around that. But she crafts our emails and updates the website and everything with all the classes for the week. And so on Monday, she comes to work because she works on Mondays, and she is talking to Carol, and she's like, I've decided that Allison needs to go to therapy. Now, first of all, mind you, I've told her that I'm already in therapy, but whatever. Allison needs to go to therapy because her tutorials this week are too gruesome. She's dismembering Barbie dolls and making necklaces that make it look like you've had your throat slit. And I'm like, it's Halloween. Like, I told you we were doing 2 weeks of Halloween. Like, what if this is surprising? But she, like, so, but this piece of jewelry. Actually, I think more it was the Barbie. It was the dismembered Barbie. But, like, this is why I should go to therapy, not the fact that, you know, she's a narcissistic, emotionally abusive parent. Oh, no. Like, this is why I need therapy. Like, really? So anyway, that was my rant about my mother for the night. Let's talk about this particular necklace. Okay, so yeah, this is a fun kind of subtle Halloween, because if you're not really looking for it, you know, you don't necessarily see the imagery of the slit throat and the dripping blood. I will say that when I was trying to take photos for the class, I made it a little long. This is one of those pieces of jewelry that works best if it is literally a choker. And I'm a person who really can't wear chokers. Like, I have some beautiful dog collar chokers, like from the, you know, turn of the century. I cannot wear them because they make me feel like I'm going to die, which is really unfortunate because they're so pretty and some of them are family pieces. But I mean, I'm not saying that my mom should be committed. Everyone is free to exist in their own.
No, she's saying that your mom is saying you should be committed.
Oh, fair. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Heather, for translating.
Absolutely, I'm here.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep dismembering dolls and having fun with it. So that's fair. You know, that's the thing about narcissists, is they don't recognize the validity of anything outside of their particular worldview. So for my mom, cutting off the hand of a Barbie doll is scary and troubling, whereas Pearl, for your mom, and for me, cutting off the arm of a Barbie doll is fun and awesome Halloween jewelry. So yeah, that's one of the things that one of the many things that's been difficult to come to grips with, is that, like, they just don't recognize the validity of anything outside of their own very narrow scope. And just because they don't recognize it as valid doesn't mean that it's not valid. So welcome to the sum total of my last 2 years of therapy, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is actually a lot, growing up like I did. Also, Pearl, if your mom has an Etsy or a Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, whatever, like, post it up if you don't mind, because I would be so happy to follow her, because love all the artists. But okay, so this necklace works better when it really fits you tightly. Like, you can see it's just ever so slightly kind of depressing into my neck, but that's what gives it that really, like, oh my god, slit throat look. I will say, as someone who can't wear chokers, this doesn't bug me because it's so skinny. So let's talk about tools and supplies let's talk about the fact that Allison didn't bring any tools over here. BRB. Okay, so back with tools. So tools and supplies for this evening's tutorial, which, like I said, is pretty simple. So you are going to need fishing line or monofilament. Doesn't really have to be particularly thick. What is this? This is 10 pound. Okay, that's a bot on YouTube. That's exciting. Thank you, Pearl. Going to take a second and oh, of course you want me to log in before, you know. Okay, so I've got her up on my Facebook. I will follow her during the break. So this is 10 pound fishing line. I kid you not, this is literal fishing line. Okay, if you've got jewelry monofilament, that'll work as well. You just want something that's not super thin, that'll hold the weight of the crystals. So anything that's, I'm going to say 10-pound or bigger is going to work great. And of course the clear fishing line is what's going to give you the illusion of the beautiful blood drips. You're going to need some red crystals. Heather was, okay, what the F happened to auto exposure? It was on and now it's not on. I keep thinking that I'm gonna like recover over the weekend, and it just keeps not happening. No, auto exposure is just not my friend. There we go. Okay, so red crystals. And for this particular project this evening, I'm going to mix opaque and transparent red crystals, and then we're going to have a little bit of a change from what I'm wearing, because what I have on my neck right now is the red crystals, and then I've got center drilled crystals on the bottom. Okay, these were literally the last center drilled red crystals in the store. So we're going to be doing a bit of a spin on this with top drilled red glass. And then of course I'm going to need, of course, now that I have the exposure, the camera's like, screw you, I hate you, and the horse you rode in on. So you're going to need a clasp and a ring. You're going to need two 2x2 crimps and... Oh, yay! Okay, but what flavor? Pearl, before you go, let us know, because I'm curious now. And then the other thing I don't like about my sample necklace is that it slides around, which can be fun if you want to position it, like, I actually like it more asymmetrical. But sometimes, ooh, foresty. Okay, so exciting news also from my life. I'm currently infusing my own gin from a little kit that my sweet friends got me for my birthday. So basically taking vodka and infusing it with juniper berries and botanicals to make it into gin. And yes, I know there's some debate about whether that's technically actually gin or just flavored vodka, but honestly most of the gins that you buy on the market these days are produced using that same method, so that's a whole different conversation. But so I'm doing 2 infusions. I'm doing the infusion that came in the kit, which of course is like a, you know, little tin, and it's, you know, they give you all of the botanicals that are in there, but, you know, no measurements or proportions or anything, because of course they want you to go to the website, buy another little tin every time you want to infuse some gin. And then I have a completely whacked out, like, random my botanicals infusion of what I think is going to taste good. So botanicals go into the gins tonight. They have to infuse for another 24 to 48 hours, which means they're going to be ready for tasting on Saturday night. So we will be tasting my home infused gins on Saturday, and we will see if they are good or disgusting. But as far as the beads on the necklace, I think tonight I'm going to incorporate 2 of these teeny tiny crimp beads. Okay, you can barely see them, but these are 1x1 crimp beads, because what I really don't like about this necklace that I'm currently wearing is that the beads can separate. So it's I think I want to lock them together, and then since my hair is long-ish, you know, if I put them in the middle, I could always turn the clasp to one side or the other if I wanted them to be asymmetrical, but I want to kind of lock them together. So I've got 2 1x1 crimps, 2 2x2 crimps, and a clasp, my fishing line, my beads, and last but not least, some 22 gauge craft wire. Oh my god, how okay, so that's awesome, Keiko. These are actually press-ons. But I just ordered, because of course I'm always trying to find the newest, best DIY beauty trend. I just ordered polygel. So we're gonna see if I can do polygel nails. But yeah, these are my special Halloween nails. Also, I'm just gonna go on record right now of the fact that my right pinky nail I glued on upside down this morning, but I glued it so well that I can't fix it. So let's start with making our drops. So I'm actually gonna remove, it's an accent nail, right? It's, yeah, yes, that's very charitable of you. But the problem with the nails is, like, when with the fake nails, it's like there's one end that's kind of tapered down really thin, and there's one end that's a little thicker. So, like, it bugs me that it's totally, like, sitting up over my cuticle line, where when you look at the ones that I glued on the right way, they're really not. So, again, things I really shouldn't point out to people, and then I'd be a much happier human. Okay, so we're gonna start by making the little blood droplets on the necklace, and there's really no rhyme or reason to this. You just want kind of an even Hi, Corvus! Look, I have Corvus nails for Halloween. And also, Elton/Mamie's costume arrived today, but since I missed the deadline for ordering a Raven Wing set for Kat, you're totally right, Keiko, and yet I feel the need to point it out to everybody on the internet. But so I missed the deadline to order Raven Wings for Elton and Mamie, so instead I ordered Bat Wings and 500 black feathers. So we're going to see if tonight I can turn Bat Wings into Raven Wings with one glue gun. I have 250 glue sticks. I ordered a freaking big ass box of glue sticks and 500 feathers. So stay tuned on Discord, which if you're not a member of our Discord, please, we would love for you to join. Type !Discord in the Twitch chat. But yeah, stay tuned for updates on Discord as to whether I successfully create kitty raven wings or I wind up with raven feathers stuck all on me and hot glue and I'm just a sad panda. Also, I promise this project is not going to take very long, so I will talk for just a second more and then I'll get to the project. But I did a makeup test for my Halloween Raven makeup last night. Learned a lot. Then got on Amazon, ordered like $50 more worth of cosmetics. So I'm gonna do another makeup test of my Raven on Friday night on our Zoom. If you have not Zoomed with us before, we would love to have you. So Zoom Crafty Cocktail Hour happens every Friday or every other Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. If you want credentials for that Zoom, just email us beadingdreamsdallas@gmail.com and we will send them to you. It's always a really good time. So I may actually be makeuping myself on Zoom. But second makeup trial, so hopefully Saturday evening, which is our official Halloween stream. Well, hi, Dogsy. How cold is it? Inquiring minds want to know. But yeah, so if you want to join us on Friday nights,
Jealous minds want to know.
Well, yours are jealous, mine are not. But if you want to see me do my trial of my Raven makeup, my second trial online, tune into our Zoom on Friday night. Okay, so let's actually do this project. So I'm doing 7. Yes. Okay. Yay. Keiko. 28 degrees. Dogsy, where the fuck are you?
We're gonna die of alcohol poisoning tonight, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And yeah, Keiko, send, either post your email in the chat if you're comfortable with that, otherwise whisper it to Heather, but beadingdreamsdallas@gmail.com. But the 28 degrees, like, you gotta be up north of Lori for that. I'm sorry, I need a minute to recover from that. Okay, so I'm gonna make 7 drops for my necklace, and I want them to be different lengths. Though what you're gonna find when you're doing something like this is you're gonna wind up with some that are the same, just because that's the way that randomization works. So like these 2 are the same, everything else is different. So the way that I'm gonna do that with my top drilled teardrops, because of course these are all center drilled beads. I used literally the last 7 center drilled teardrops on my sample necklace. So I'm going to show you a variation to use with top drilled teardrops. So if you're doing this with all center drilled, all you need is a head pin. You can skip the thing that I'm about to do. But I'm going to take my 22 gauge wire and I'm going to cut myself a piece of it that's decently long, maybe 18 inches or so. What? Wow.
What you need?
I had a wire cutter.
I believe you. Do you need one?
I do, but I want to know where the one I had went.
Well, here's one.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, don't give me a Tronex, it's craft wire. But really? Also, I have an interesting story about Elton and my cosmetics. So if you want to hear that, tune into the sales stream. Alright, since Heather very kindly lent me a wire cutter, because she's amazing, I'm going to cut that wire. Yeah, Milwaukee had a dusting with no accumulation as well last week sometime. But valley, mountains, I feel like this is a puzzle game that I'm not capable of winning. So I'm going to take my top drill bead and I'm going to put my wire through it, which we've talked on stream before about the Masquerade book. I know we have.
Yes.
So that's what I feel like Dogsy is doing to me right now. Like, just dropping clues and hints, and eventually I'll guess it, except I'm not quite smart enough. Beautiful book, though. Okay, so I got my wire through my bead, and I'm going to bend it up against the holes of my bead to make a triangle. I'm going to take my chain nose, I'm going to grab on my triangle right above the point where those 2 wires cross on the longer wire. Ah! Corvus? Corvus. That was not nice. I have no ice cream. I do have pasta to eat between streams, but I have no ice cream. It's very sad. And I think at this point probably no sunshine either, because
no
winter in Dallas.
No sunshine when she
Wales. Okay, well that's definitely way north of Lori, so that makes much more sense. Thank you, Dogsy, for putting me out of my misery. Okay, so I'm gonna grab right above the point where those 2 wires cross on the longer wire.
Just cross the wires. Cross the streams, do the thing.
But she said snow crab Alfredo.
She did say that. But if you...
But, no, I want.
We'll go invade her someday.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna need another moment for the snow crab Alfredo. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good, Lori. Okay, so I'm going to bend, I actually did sort of bend that wire straight up so that it is aligned with the central axis of my bead. Then I'm gonna wrap my short wire around my long wire 1.5 to 2 times. So when you're doing something like this, you don't want to get too crazy with the wire wrapping because you don't want the wire wrapping to take over. It's really about, about the beads, in my opinion. There are a lot of amazing artistic wire wrappers, and they're really great at blending the wire wrapping, in with the beads so it all makes kind of a seamless art piece. But when you're doing just kind of mechanical wire wrapping like this, I feel like you don't want it to be the main focus, like the beads are the main focus. So I wire wrap my teardrop, and there are the stream sipples. Oh my god, Lori is talking so much about them. Okay, so I had frozen salmon that I had thawed. So I did make my favorite salmon, which is glazed with a soy, bourbon, and hot mustard glaze and brown sugar. So you mix all those things together with a splash of rice vinegar, and then you coat the salmon with it. And then, I like my salmon really rare, so it doesn't cook for very long. So every 2 minutes or so you pull it out and you glaze it more with that. And definitely and then I just usually serve it with rice or potatoes. So definitely one of my favorite salmon preparations. But Lori is definitely trying to make me jealous with her salmon preparations. But yeah, Keiko, it's really delicious and so incredibly easy. And I don't even measure. It's you just have to decide, what do you want? Do you want, what's your sweet to sour to hot ratio? Because the sweet's the brown sugar, the sour is the vinegar, the hot is the mustard, and the bourbon's just kind of a filler. Oh, right, I do have a smoker now. I haven't smoked anything in my smoker yet, but it's 7 o'clock, so I'm actually going to try and finish up this project. Bye.
Okay.
Y'all need to quit. I mean, to be fair, Dogsy, I don't think I could afford a flight to Wales before tomorrow night, even if you would take me in, but oh my god, that sounds good. I made spaghetti. That was my big achievement. I've been, Post-COVID fatigue is real, just in case anyone was wondering. It sucks. But I did get all my dishes done this morning, so that's a plus. And I managed to make and eat spaghetti last night, which is an achievement. Because when I'm really exhausted, I have a really, really bad habit of cooking food. And unfortunately, the cooking of the food takes up all of the energy that I have. And then I don't have the energy left to eat the food. So I'll cook the food, package it up, put it in the fridge, go to bed, and then just give it to my employees the next day.
Yeah.
Which I did give a lot of food to my employees today, but that's just because I made so much spaghetti.
You had to have made so much pasta.
Yeah, I wasn't, yeah.
How hungry were you when you were cooking?
I was very hungry. And I was very satiated when I was done eating, and there was still enough food for 5 people. Or more.
Or
which is why
Heather and 2 other people.
Which is why I gave most of it away. I did keep some for myself, though. Alright, so I've got all my beads on this head pin that I have made. So I'm just going to make a simple loop at the top. And the reason I'm doing a simple loop instead of a wire wrap loop is because I don't want to create extra interest up here because the whole dripping blood thing kind of relies on illusion. So, oh my god, no, Dogsy just said lamb stew. Heather.
I don't want lamb stew.
No, but they're totally hitting me in my weak spot.
They are. I mean,
I want lamb stew and crab alfredo and smoked candied salmon and honey and beer battered halloumi. Like, no, y'all are the worst. Y'all are the worst. Not fun.
Keiko is still talking about beads.
I know, right? I'm okay, so I'm gonna grab onto Keiko as my buoy here, because otherwise I'm just gonna drown in all of the dishes that I want to cook and can't. Ah! Lori!
Hide the chat. Hide the chat.
Alright.
Or we'll never get to go home.
I know, right? Okay, I'm ignoring the chat from now on. So y'all, like, I'm putting the chat behind the broadcasting window. So y'all chat amongst yourselves, and I'm gonna finish this tutorial. So I'm gonna take my, I literally did hide it, Heather. So if there's anything pertinent, let me know.
Okay, so I should pull out my other device as well, huh? Probably.
Sorry, you're the one that told me to hide the chat.
I just want something to happen tonight besides part of this tutorial. That's all.
Fair. Okay, so I chose this first one to do 4 beads, and I'm going to do a simple loop on the top. So I'm just going to bend that wire, flush with the bead, trim it off, and then take my round nose, grab the end of that wire, and just roll it into a loop. Also, I have fun Elton stories to share on the sale stream, just in case anybody needed a reason to come back. He's done some very cute things since Saturday. Alright, so again, now I've got another teardrop. I'm going to bend my wires so that they make a triangle, and then I'm going to grab the longer wire, bend it up, like so, and then wrap the short one around the long one. And if your short one is too short for you to get a good grip, you can use your pliers, which we're going to do off camera because that angle is really awkward. Yes, I have good Elton stories for the sale stream. We have trunk show things. That means sterling silver, gold, vermeil, and bronze.
And copper.
And copper clasps for the sale stream. So it's going to be a fun sale stream. I took a cough suppressant. I really think I needed to. Justin. Ugh. Okay, so I've wrapped. I'm going to trim my end and press it down. And then I'm going to add a number of beads that is different from the number I added to this one. So I'm going to follow my sample. I had 4 on this one. This one is 5, the next one in line. Okay, that one right there. 5. So 5 beads on there. Okay, I can't without the chat. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, I mean, you can move it back. Just they've stopped chatting.
Okay, well, that's fair. Keiko, are you a vegetarian? Heather is also a vegetarian, so I am lost without you. Like, I have no one with whom to interact.
Thanks. I'm right here. No, sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
can interact with you, but there's so many other people. There's 12 other people out there.
All your pocket friends on the internet, and you've missed them and all that. I know. You haven't seen me since Saturday either, but whatever.
All right, so then now I've got 5 on here. Again, I'm gonna bend this. Yeah,
yes,
but
be safe from the cows.
I have texted you though.
Yes.
And I'm gonna grab at the end like so, and then I'm gonna roll. Okay, that's my second one. So 2 out of 7. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I have 7 little blood droplets. Yay! Keiko says high 5 to you.
Awesome.
I am a meatitarian.
Yes, I sometimes eat fish as well, but I don't love fish usually, unless it's in sushi form. Or fried form.
Oh, really?
Did you not know about the fried?
I did not know about the fried.
I don't always like it if it's fried, but also I need to have a lot of tartar sauce with it.
See, I do not enjoy tartar sauce. I will eat some, fish and chips or Friday fish fry, but I need cocktail sauce to dip it in.
I like that too. I just like condiments. I really like things to put condiments on.
That's fair. Condiments are amazing. Alright, so that's my third.
You have to say condiments
drop.
very carefully. I like things to put condiments on.
Are you sure it's not the other thing, Heather? I'm going to follow this pattern, which is 8.
It could be both, but not what I'm talking about on the internet right now.
Heather?
What?
What types of sausages do you like to put your condiments on?
Ooh, lots of flavors, really.
So Heather's a sausage omnivore.
I am.
Except for the fact that it can't actually include meat if she's going to eat it.
Oh my gosh, this is going so poorly for me.
Hi, something else. Welcome in. We've gone off the rails a little early this evening. But I promise I am going to finish this tutorial before the sale. Corvus wants to know how you add hooks to fishing line. It's actually really, really easy. So I'm going to attempt to stop casting aspersions on Heather's taste in sausages and finish the actual project. Don't you love it when I throw you under the bus?
Do, it's great.
You don't, I know, but you're just so tolerant.
I'm glad I'm not pictured on screen right now.
No, you are not. Alright, I've got 3 out of 7, so we're going to continue making lead droplets. Wait, hold on. Okay, my phone is buzzing.
Uh-oh.
But what the? Oh, okay. Viking sausage. No, but wait, what? No, I want to go back to Dogsy's comment. What is canned sweet corn good bait for? Like, fish. Okay. But, okay, I want to know, okay, I'm not a big fisher person. How does that work? Do you, like, just chunk it in the water and hope that they come? Do you, like, put it on the hook?
That's what I do with my bait.
I mean, my fishing experience is literally limited to, like, my mom, when I was young, had a boyfriend who liked to fish, so he took me to, like, the municipal pond, and we fished. But then we had to take all the fish we caught and throw them back. And that is my official fishing experience. So, please help me out with how do you use corn? Or do you just like chunk a whole? Do you like put a whole ear on your hook, and then I don't know, Dogsy, help me.
Well, he said canned baby corn.
So
yeah.
We didn't say canned baby corn.
Okay,
He said canned sweet corn.
That's true. Okay, good point.
Because I feel like baby corns being all vinegary and stuff would maybe not be appealing to fishes, but
They aren't canned in vinegar. They're not pickled.
okay. What are they canned in then?
Water, usually.
Okay. I'm officially not the smartest person on my own stream tonight, so I'm just gonna make this thing, and we've lost viewers because
Although now I
I
really... No. Oh, please. They probably had to go eat.
fair. There was a lot of talk about food.
Like, for the love of Pete, my stomach can be heard from space.
I know, right? Well, mine probably can too. But that's interesting. Okay, so as a non
Yes, yeah. Corvus does like fishing now.
Corvus?
Oh, she watched it.
I watched it. I don't know that that's actually a fishing tutorial so much as a fishing expedition.
Exhibition.
Exhibition.
Fishing exhibition.
Mm-hmm. AKA thirst trap.
Yes. Well, trapped me just fine.
It trapped a lot of people's. Okay, so which I'm sure was the point, because somebody has a PR person who's like,
Hey, both of your cheeks have not been on the internet.
yeah,
lately,
like,
so.
let's break the internet with your ass cheeks. And Jason Momoa said, hell yes. And then the internet was broken. Okay, so I got 3 more of these to do. So I've done
Good luck, Corvus.
I've
I'm
done
with
a
you.
4, a 5, an 8. So now I'm back to a 4, a 3, and then a 6.
We are kind of taking the fish to jail, aren't we?
Don't take okay, taking a fish to jail sounds like a bad choice.
You can lead a horse to water.
You can take a fish to jail, but you can't keep it from rotting? I don't
I'm
even
so
know.
confused by
I
everything in my life right now.
And okay, so as I have stated on stream, my new favorite watch while working show is Madam Secretary. Because it's almost as good as The West Wing, but not quite. But there was an episode that I just watched, and one of the metaphors that they were using was a fish rots from the head.
Yes.
And I will admit, I'm not quite sanguine about what that metaphor means. Heather, can you enlighten me?
Well, usually that the fish does literally rot from the...
Okay, but that's a statement, not a metaphor. So for what is it a metaphor?
For an organization where if the head is rotting, then it trickles down to the rest.
Do their heads really rot first?
I don't know that they actually rot first, but it's visible first in the fish's eyes.
Interesting.
Typically.
Why is that?
I don't actually know.
Come on, Heather. Isn't part of your job description being a fish rotting expert?
I will add it. I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Welcome to small business. Because the stuff just gets thrown at you like rotting fish. You're like, oh, this is part of my job now. Okay, cool. Awesome. I didn't know that was part of my job, but now I do. And so, yeah, woohoo. Now part of my job involves rotting fish heads. Sorry, I'm having one of those days where I'm a little resentful about everyone crap.
Yes, exactly like that.
About just being a business owner and the massive amount of shit that you have to push back uphill, and then of course you wind up bathing in it because that's what happens when you try and push shit uphill. And luckily at the end of it you get to have a bath and a good sleep, but it takes some guts to get there. 6. I mean, Heather is great with random expert knowledge. Mary, also on the sales stream, will be great with her random expert knowledge. And I'm not awful with mine. I'm just not as good as either of the two of them.
It's a superpower. One can't choose one's superpowers, unfortunately, because I would choose different ones.
Okay, so I've got 6 of my 7. Just finish my 6, so I got one more. I mean,
if I could power it in any way, it would also be mine, but son of a biscuit?
Now yes, I dropped my wire cutter.
I've got more.
Nope, I picked it up.
Okay.
Okay, one more, and then we're going to finish the thing. 6. And one more for 7. I'm going to make this last one shorter. Oh, apparently we made lots of people hungry and they ran away.
I don't know what you mean.
We went from 14 to 9. That's 5 people who ran away.
Still showing 11.
Okay, I'm only showing 9. No, Keiko, that is... When is the doll hand tutorial?
Tomorrow or Saturday. Let me see.
Heather will, I feel like it's Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, so the doll...
No,
Well, what? That sounded
yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so the doll hand tutorial is Saturday. We are not doing a torch Thursday. Tomorrow we are doing a regular Thursday. And I think that's the crow's cage pendant, the other one that made my mom say that I needed therapy. So.
And then you've got the fancy
Diodilus Meritos tassel earrings.
They're so cute.
Are tomorrow at noon. Yes.
So Corvus, you'll have to watch it as a rerun because you're one of us and run on artist time.
Yeah, and you're gonna
and also
probably
California
be asleep.
time.
So yes, so as far as our second week of Halloween tutorials goes, just so everybody knows, tomorrow at noon is the Dia de los Muertos tassel earrings. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. is going to be the crow's cage necklace, which is basically a cage wrap for a skull-shaped bead. And Friday is going to be Zoom Crafty Cocktail Hour, where I'm going to be doing a makeup test for my Raven makeup. For Saturday is going to be the doll hand tutorial and a live merchandise sale following that, where Heather and I will be in our couples costumes as the Morgan and a Raven. And I will hopefully have photos of my 2 little murders, Mamie and Elton, in their Raven costumes. Okay, so I finally finished all of the wire wrapping for this. So there's all that. So now I'm just going to string this together. So I'm going to grab my fishing line and I'm going to cut myself a decently long piece, probably about 18 inches. And I'm going to attach a clasp to one end. So I've got my fishing line, and this is going to be my 2x2 crimp. This is the bigger crimp. I'm going to thread that onto my fishing line, and then I'm going to thread my...
All right, Mom's here tomorrow.
just to stop in.
Oh, okay.
Thread my clasp, and then go back down through.
Hey, Ace.
Hi, Ace. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pull that so that you've got enough loop that your clasp can move freely, but not so much that it's unsightly. Then crimp your crimp bead and trim your extra. So Corvus, per your earlier request, putting a clasp on fishing line is exactly the same as putting a clasp on stringing cable. All you need is a crimp bead. Alright, now I'm going to string my necklace. So, like I said, I'm going to use some small crimp beads to anchor everything because I wasn't happy with how my template necklace shifted. So I'm going to put, you do use the same stuff, Corvus, so I'm going to string on first one 1mm crimp bead, and then I'm going to do three crystals, and then 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and 3. Basically, you can put whatever number of crystals in between these drops that you need to make it look good for you.
The tubes definitely work.
The tubes
way better.
make such a difference. It's true.
It's like a completely different
The
thing.
round ones are just the worst, and I hate them, precious. I really do. Okay.
I wish they wouldn't make them.
Yeah,
confuse
well. Okay, so I've got 3 of my crystals. And then my first bloody droplet. And then I'm going to do 1. And my next one. Oof, make sure that's closed. Yeah, tubular crimps, Keiko, and are you smashing flat or are you using a crimping tool? Because as far as people who are not professionals go, I find that it makes a whole lot of difference. No, Corvus. Okay, so I'm sorry. I know I need to get through this tutorial, but crimping tools are great if you really care about minimizing the size of your crimp tool or crimp bead. But the problem is that they are complicated to use. The instructions that come with them are not particularly helpful. So we at the Beading Dreams always advocate smashing your crimp beads flat with your chain nose pliers rather than using a crimping tool. Like there's nothing inherently wrong with the crimping tool, but it's just so difficult to and especially if you don't have in-person instruction to show you how to use it, it's just so tough to get it right. And I can't tell you, over my years of being in the industry and being a repair technician, how many problems I run into that are literally just because somebody used a crimping tool incorrectly. And Heather will back me up on this,
I sure
think.
will.
Being in the same repair profession as myself.
Oh, not to mention the fact that we had a broken crimping tool for a while.
Right, and also crimping tools come in different sizes. The different
Yes.
sizes of crimping tools are analogous to different sizes of crimp beads. So that darling woman I had for a lesson Saturday 3-4 weeks ago, she was trying to crimp 2x2 crimp beads, but she had 2 crimping tools, one for 1x1 crimp beads and one for 3x3 crimp beads.
Oh, yeah, that's...
And unsurprisingly, she couldn't get her 2x2s to crimp right. So, Corvus, I'm not going to say you bought a crimping tool for no reason, but it's just smashing them. See, okay, Keiko says they think they get right 1 in 20 times. Okay, smash the dang crimp flat with your chain nose. You're gonna get it right 20 out of 20 times.
Yes.
I guarantee you. Like,
And if you get it wrong, it's so easy to undo that way too. But you don't get it wrong.
I mean, I'm not, nobody who manufactures crimp tools pays me. Like, they have their place. I'm not saying they don't, but they make life so much more difficult. Like, just smash your crimp beads flat. And if you don't like the way they look, put a crimp cover over them. 4mm, not 3mm, if you're using 2x2 crimps. But you don't need the gadget. You really don't need the gadget. And that's one of the things that I don't love about the bead industry is it loves to sell gadgets.
Yes, it does.
Because selling gadgets benefits the manufacturers, whereas selling education, benefits us retailers, and unfortunately, we're the ones with fewer resources. So the manufacturers are definitely 100% gonna try and spin everything, to make their bottom line better. Crimp covers are new to you, Keiko. Okay, well, we shall cover crimp covers on a future Beading Dreams stream, but right now, it has problem. Bear with me while I fix problem. Okay, so now I have all of my wire wrap pieces and my crystals on my monofilament. So now I need to figure out how long do I want this to be, because once again, this is one of those things that the illusion works better if it's pretty tight. So, just measuring that. Here, ruler. Alright, so on my neck, the appropriate length for this is going to be about 14 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and string another tiny crimp bead. So another one of those little 1x1s. See that little speck that's right there? That's a 1x1 crimp bead. So I'm going to go ahead and string that on there, and then string my 2x2 on and do my closure. So this one just goes on. I'm going to use that for positioning my piece in a minute. There we go. So that just slips on and it's going to fall down. I'm going to let that down. So my fingers here are marking that 14 inch. So I'm just going to let it kind of fall down past that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm just going to crease it on my fingernail. And that's going to give me a really good marker for where I'm trying to end this. So then I'm going to grab my 2x2 crimp. and the other half of my clasp, which is a medium-sized split ring. And then I'm going to go down through my crimp bead. And what I'm going to do is I still have this crease right here that I made in my monofilament. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and line it up so that my split ring sits right on that crease. And then I'm going to take my chain nose pliers, I'm going to smash that flat. And I'm going to trim off my extra. And trim it off right at that crimp bead. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my necklace, and I need to be a little careful because my crimp beads are wanting to fall inside of the holes of my crystals. So I want to make sure that I've located my 1x1 crimp beads. And we're just going to find where is that centered. There we go, on my monofilament. And then we're going to grab, with our chain nose, this one tiny crimp, and we're just going to run it down and smash it. And then once we've done that, we should be able to take our other crimp and once again just wind down the string, smash it. So your ideal is you should have these beads anchored in the middle of your monofilament. So then if you want to wear it and put it in the center, you can do that. But if you want to put it off center, you can just adjust the placement of your clasp in the back of your neck to accommodate that. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us on this slightly extended week 2 of 2 weeks of Halloween class. So again, this was the Anne Boleyn necklace. Thank you all so much for hanging out. During that, don't forget it's a sale night. That means that Heather and I will be back in about half an hour. That means the sale is going to start closer to 8 than to 7:45. Excuse me, also because I need some caffeine and to eat something. But thanks for hanging out for the Anne Boleyn necklace tutorial. And we will see you back on this channel, twitch.tv/beadingdream, in half an hour around 8 p.m. for the live merchandise sale. If you're not going to join us for the sale, we will miss you terribly. But you can also find us back on this channel, twitch.tv/beadingdream, tomorrow at noon with the Dia de los Muertos earrings, and tomorrow at 6 p.m. with the Crow's Cage pendant. So everyone have a great night. Those of you who I'm going to see in 30 minutes, please do yourselves a favor. Get some cocktails, get some hydration, get comfy, get cozy, get ready to have some bead retail therapy in your living room, office, or wherever you watch the Beading Dream stream. If you're not going to join us for the sale, thanks for hanging out for the tutorial, and hopefully we will see you back on this channel, twitch.tv/beadingdream, in half an hour. We'll see you soon. Bye.